Hey, good evening, I'm Sean Green. Welcome to Sports Night. We begin on the track. Now, amassing 1,147.75 points, Sobers House reclaimed the #1 spot at the Leicester Vaughan Sports that was at the National Stadium today. Now, they edged the second place Adams by just 6 points, with the third place Walcott way behind the first two on points on 863.5. Here are some of the action from today's relays. This is the senior girls 4x100 meter event. The houses represented are Gilhouse, green, Adams, blue, Walcott, orange, purple, that's Prescott, Sobers, red, along with Barrow, that's the yellow. And at the first handover, it looked to be the blue team. Adams leading all the way and looking comfortable along the back stretch. And by the final handover, it was only blue. But look out, the girl from Sobers on the inside. She was challenging for a place at the top. And could Adams hold her off in the end? Yes, she can. This next one was a combination of the Division 1 and 2 boys, the bigger boys on the outside. And before you could say Leicester Vaughan St. Thomas, Sobers had already eaten up the track. No competition whatsoever in both divisions. Gilhouse coming in second. Up next is the Junior Girls Open Medley. Now that's 2 100s, a 200 and a complete 4. But let's jump straight to the final leg where the battle was keenest. Remember, it's Sobers House in the red against Adams House in this fight. And Sobers leaves Adams, but the girl in grey wasn't going away. She stuck to Sobers like bees on a hive. And then she made her move for the honey, taking down Sobers in the final 80 meters or so. And pulling away to give Adams a commanding win in the end. The boys also had their turn, the junior boys that is. These are the dying moments. And the white and orange colours of Walcott were all you could see coming home. An easy win for Walcott. But it left a tight battle on for the second spot. Red versus blue, Adams against Sobers. And Sobers picks it on the line. Now the big boys in the Swedish relay comprising a 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4. And again Sobers dominated from the start. And this is the race toward the final takeover. And you can see the determination on his face. He wanted to hand over that baton first, which he did. And once that happened, it was virtually all over. There was absolutely no catching Sobers. They went on to win the race and the sports handsomely, to be crowned as the new champions at the Leicester Vaughan School. Switching to football, and Rendezvous can go into the lead of the Digicel BFA Premiership if they beat Belfield in an ongoing fixture at the National Stadium. Now, Rendezvous are third on 13 points, but so too are leaders Weymouth Wales and the BDS Sports Programme. So, a win will take them on to 16, although Wales and the sports programme would have 2 games in hand. However, all that's down the road. What's current is tonight's fixture between Rendezvous and Belfield. Now at the stadium, that's where we'll find Damien Best right now to give us an update. Damien, good night.
And thanks so much, Sean, and welcome to live coverage here, of course, from the National Stadium in Waterford. It is the first encounter of a doubleheader in the Digicel BFA Premier League. On the field at the moment, the opening game, Rendezvous wearing the teal, taking on Belfield. Belfield hovering just above the relegation zone, and Rendezvous currently in the top tier of the standings at the moment, just about in 4th position and doing quite well. Well, we can tell you there was lots of action in that first half. We see right now Belfield looking to pull one back. They're trailing at the moment, down by 2 goals. The score is 3-1 in favour of Rendezvous. We can tell you Belfield, though, got the opening goal in spectacular fashion. Alvin Chapman in the early stages, just about 10 minutes in, with a laser beam from just outside the 18-yard box. It flew past the goalkeeper and Kerry Holder, and that was a done deal. But then quickly after that, Rendezvous responded in quick fashion. Shandell Samuels making his way into the 18-yard box, muscling his way in really, and was brought down, and the referee said, yep, that is a penalty, so he made it 1-1. Then after that, we saw Ray Snag as well put some daylight between himself, well, the team and the Belfield squad, making it 2-1. And then Romel Bino just before halftime, making it 3-1 in favor of Rendezvous. So really and truly, this one, you can say the pre-game favorites in Rendezvous really pulling through. Don't forget, we've got another game coming up as well. It's bottom place Burton's Hill taking on the newly promoted Allerton team. That's Crane and Equipment Allerton. That'll be the nightcap game. We'll wait and see how Allerton can handle that. I'm sure that is going to be an even match. But for now, at the moment, it's all about Rendezvous here at the National Stadium. They lead Belfield 3-1. So much to happen, maybe perhaps in a few minutes from now in the second half. But for now, it's back to you, Sean, in the studio from the National Stadium.
Okay, thanks, Damien. We'll get that other update about that game a bit later on in our sportscast. Now, switching sports now, and 8 local and 4 overseas horses pulled their post positions at the Garrison Savannah today for the 36th running of the Barbados Gold Cup. Now, the lineup is now confirmed for the March 4th race day.
Conquest Bespoke, post position number 1, Night Rider 2, Keystone for Victory 3, 4, 9.69, 5, Dorset, 6, Infrared, 7, High Noon Rider, 8, Secret American, 9, Nikita, 10, Indiana Jones, 11, Trini Navigator, 12, Daunting David, 13, Just a Fashion, and 14 in 1.
And in his 21st year of sponsorship of the biggest horse racing event on the island, General Manager of Sandy Lane, Randall Wilkie, presented the $200,000 check and the cup to the Turf Club directors David Murray and Angela Simpson. Now, Dorset will be looking to defend the title in a field filled with top horses. 12 horses are on the day's card. The post time is set for 11:30 a.m. Hey, stay with us. Coming up, the status quo remains the same after the latest road tennis round in Silver Hill.
We take this opportunity to thank the dedicated owners, trainers, jockeys, and the team for the part each of you plays in making the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup a riveting day of racing. We are truly honoured to be partnered with the Barbados Turf Club in hosting this prestigious event for now the 21st year as the title sponsor.
I was conversating with my preaching, Dolly, Dooksy, and Dan, whereupon we found the rise from the point that AgriFest is here. We celebrating agriculture, 50 years and beyond. There's going to be a riffle of estimates and a feast of activities for everybody to enjoy. So as I promulgate the news about AgriFest, I invite you to gather your physiogs and come and enjoy this splendiferous affair. As the young people would say, AgriFest, up the thing, up the thing.
You've got to me means being constructive, making sure that in the workplace you're a professional at what you do, because at the end of the day, what you do will impact on your company or economy, because someone always has the benefit from what you do.
Productivity results in high quality goods and services, lower cost of goods, and high customer satisfaction, which leads to an improved image of Barbados. 2017 is the year of productivity. Get up for a greater 50. Let's all do our part to be more productive citizens.
Hello friends, this is Jeff Shepard inviting you to join us every Thursday from 6 to 7 on QFM for Nichols Bacon Inc. Manor. Always fresh.
And we're back. Well, competition continues to be keen in the Silver Hill Road Tennis Tournament as many of the big names continue to advance. Now, here's some of the latest action from the Open Men's category. Shabir Greenwich battling Dwayne Hope in this game. Hope in the pinkish top. This is the Men's Open Challenge. And Greenwich going into the net. He now has a chance to serve, but not one but two well-placed backhands transforms Greenwich from a player to a spectator. Hope soon polished off his man by going across with this killer, winning at 15. New game and Hope seemed to be about his old tricks again. And when that failed, some top spin in you, hold that Greenwich. But with aggressive players, you also get aggressive errors as well, as Hope became his own worst enemy. However, Greenwich has some classy moments too, like this drop shot, which had Hope hoping he could reach it. It's now 21-17 in the second, and Greenwich bringing his man forward, then pushing him back before setting him up. Greenwich winning at 17. Let's fast forward to the end of the third with Hope leading 21-19 and just trying to play it safe to allow Greenwich to make the mistake, and that he did, giving Hope the win at 21-19. This one featured Lloyd Burke and Terry Nurse in the blue, with Burke already up one set, winning the first at 17. And Nurse's errors were helping Burke's cause in the second game. Burke with the serve and Nurse with, well, in another sport, that would have made a lovely straight drive. Yeah. Down at 16-10, Nurse found a little fire in his belly, keeping Burke honest, then sending him sideways so he could do this. But Burke was as tough as they come, light on his feet and hard to get the ball past him consistently. Nurse goes fishing and goes home at 15. The feature game of the night had to be this one between Victor Earp Ward in the green cap and Emar Edwards slamming back at Ward powerfully. And this was one of the best rallies of the night, with Ward attacking and Edwards trying his best to hold him off. Ward winning this battle. But both these men are class players, and Edwards would bounce back, resisting with the backhand and attacking with the fore, taking the first at 16. The next game was just as entertaining. Edwards forcing his man back and keeping him there before winding up to unleash a deadly shot, which took Ward into the net. Things were indeed heating up. Edwards slapping off the back foot, then planted his front foot down and driving the shot away. Too hot for earth. However, in the end, Edward would place the final exclamation mark on the game, winning 21-16, 21-18. Jeffrey jumping tadpole Lane taking on Adrian Scott in the green here. Lane just putting back on everything, and no doubt being a nuisance to Scott, even with this shot. But despite that, Lane's style being very entertaining for the crowd, Scott wasn't that impressed. In fact, he challenged Lane to answer this. And this as well. But they don't call him the jumping tadpole for nothing. He too had a challenge for Scott. And what you gotta say about that, young Scotty? However, Scott went on to take the game at 19 before winning the second at 11. And we're back, and it's back to the National Stadium with Damien Best for an update on Rendezvous versus Belfield. Damien?
Thanks so much, Sean, and welcome back to the National Stadium for this first match of a doubleheader here in the Digicel BFA Premier League. Like I mentioned before, at the break, it was Rendezvous 3 and Belfield, who are in red, 1. So 3-1, but then the tables have turned and Belfield have really upped the ante. They've improved in the second half, and thanks so much to Josiah Hines. He has made it 3-2 in favor of Rendezvous still, but Belfield with a fighting chance. You see there's another opportunity there, and they've had 2 bites at the cherry so far in this second half. They're doing really well, trying to see if they can get level in this contest. Still early days in the second half. We've got another match to come. Don't forget, it's bottom of the table, Britain Sill taking on newly promoted Crane and Equipment Ellerton. So we can look forward to that one in the nightcap game. Just a schedule change for you before we hand you back to the studio. The triple header slated for this weekend has been changed in terms of venue. We're heading back to the BFA facility in Wildy, the AstroTurf, for the triple header. So I've been informed that they're no longer using the venue, the Usain Bolt Sports Complex, for the triple header this weekend. I think that for a few other games as well. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with pricing or what the case may be, but the BFA is taking a decision to move back to the AstroTurf for the time being. So for now, I can tell you it's game on here in this first of a doubleheader. As I mentioned before, Rendezvous up 3-2 at the moment. Belfield still in with a fighting chance. Sean is back to you in the studio. I'm going to catch more of this game and perhaps see a bit more of the second matchup as well.
Okay, Damien, thank you very much. Back to cricket news. And Chief of West Indies cricket selector Courtney Brown has sought to defend the controversial non-selection of Windward Islands volcano stroke maker Sunil Ambrose, who was overlooked for the upcoming 3-match one-day international series against England starting next month. Now, in response to swirling criticism over the decision, that is, to omit prolific Ambrose in favor of Test wicketkeeper batsman Shane Dowrich, Brown said that Ambrose did not yet merit a chance to walk into the West Indies team. He didn't merit walking into the team right now. Now, we give Brown, who was a guest on this week's Mid-Wicket radio talk show, some extra time tonight.
Let's look at Dowrich over the last year of cricket. And we will be seeing Dowrich playing test match cricket and regional cricket, and we all know the ability the young man has. Now, Dowrich did well enough that we felt that he could cross over into the ODI format. Now, if you look at the recent Super 50 tournament, and you look at the opportunities that Dowrich got within that tournament, one would tend to think that they were very limited. We want to see people backing up their seasons. Now, when you look at last season, Sunil would have averaged around just above 35, 36, around that number last year in about 7 matches. But this year, no, he tops that, and is well received by the selection panel. But we do not think at this time that he merits walking into the international team. Ambrose could find himself in our ODI squad later in the year. There's opportunities there's opportunity in Presidency 11. There's opportunities in the PCL. We have an 18 tour in the Caribbean. So there's loads of opportunity for people to keep pressing their case.
Let's now peek into the diary of sporting events for tomorrow. There are 3 track and field meets on. Parkinson Memorial will have theirs at the National Stadium, Alma Paris at the Mahaika Field in Spicetown, and basketball primary at the Community Ground. All of them starting at 9 a.m. Then after the track meet at basketball, the field will be cleared for the start of the Keith Boyce Memorial Cricket Tournament. The opening game is a fundraiser between the Andy Payne 11 and the Rondell here with 11. Start time is 7:30 p.m. Well, that's another flight and a touchdown. We will be soaring again tomorrow with another live edition of Sports Night.